Over in the UK, Oxford University students and activists from the group Your Party staged a protest in the city centre on Sunday chanting "Long live the Intifada." This was held just hours after this deadly terrorist attack at Bondi Beach in Australia. Now, the rally was held in support of 8 hunger strikers linked to Palestine Action, an organisation that has been prescribed as a terrorist group. Now, 2 of Britain's biggest police forces say that they will now be arresting protesters who chant "Globalise the Intifada" following recent terror attacks. The Metropolitan Police and Greater Manchester Police say that anyone using the slogan could face prosecution, arguing the context has changed in the wake of the Bondi attacks and growing concerns that it incites violence. Let's listen to this.
We know communities are concerned about placards and chants such as "Globalise the Intifada", and those using it at future protests or in a targeted way should expect the Met or Greater Manchester Police to take immediate action. Violence acts have taken place. The context has changed. Words have meanings. Words have consequences.
Mia, what do you make of this?
I mean, it's quite shocking to me to hear them say the context has changed. In what way has the context now changed? I think their eyes have just been opened to the fact that for years, when we had Jewish people around the world warning our leaders that this was coming, those warning signs were ignored. And in every instance, particularly here in Australia, when advice was given to those leaders, they were kind of pushed to the side because it wasn't politically relevant or useful to them in that moment. So to say the context has now changed, I think is extremely insulting to all the Jewish people who have sent out those warnings. But it also does just show that this problem with anti-Semitism, it's not just a problem here in Australia, unfortunately. It is on the rise globally. And in the UK, they've been dealing with this problem now for a while. And I think it is time for the left, quite frankly, to wake up. For so long, they have been warning us about right-wing extremism and the problem with people on the right, and constantly the right have been held accountable for extremist groups. But where is the left? I think it's time for the left to stand up and start calling out some of their own and saying, a lot of these, they've gone too far. And I think they've been going too far for a while now, but they need to stand up and own up to that. Now, when it comes to the UK police finally taking this seriously, I think it remains to see what they actually do, because we have a police force in the UK who has been more focused on arresting people in their own homes for tweets they've made, which I found at times, I think, relatively low in posing some kind of threat, but they've been more focused on policing people in their own homes rather than stopping violence on the streets. So I'd like to see them actually crack down on that violence on the streets first and foremost, and then we'll see whether they really have any ability to crack down on this anti-Semitism.
And you're certainly right about the left needs to wake up. Certainly far left activists, they have been either silent themselves or even anti-Semitic, but we will leave it there. Mia Schlicht, Research Fellow at the Institute of Public Affairs, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.